Hello. So I was happily painting along, and if you saw my last episode, you know that I'm modifying a painting that I thought I finished yesterday, but my client came back and wanted a few changes. So I am making those changes, and as I said, was happily painting along, and suddenly it dawned on me that I was doing something that might help some of you. What I've called it in the title is shifting color in a painterly manner. Now, let me get you pointed in the right direction, get myself situated here. Okay, let's zoom in right here. Okay, there. So what I've been doing for the last several minutes is I'm shifting a bunch of this was all kind of tan, buff, brown, gold color, and I'm shifting it to a cool color. I think I've got too much paint on this brush, but let me use it to... Now, if you've painted before, I'm assuming you've done this at some point. There's some part of your painting. You see this kind of thing in sky or atmospheres a lot, or distant hills. They need to be either darkened or lightened or something. So that's what I'm doing. Very simple. This is called scumbling, right? Opaque paint applied very thinly. Okay, it gets the job done. I am successfully shifting all of these colors. I'm sorry, I'm going out of camera, aren't I? I'm successfully shifting them to the color that I want. But what I'm ending up with is this smooth, foggy, featureless effect. Now, there's a place and a time for this kind of painting. I mean, come on, William Bouguereau did it. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Bouguereau, just sound it out. The spell check will help you. William Bouguereau, French, 1880s, 1890s. Fabulous, smooth painter, smooth operator. Sorry. So it worked for William Bouguereau, didn't it? But for most of us, and for most of you, for most of my students, for most of the students whose work that I see, this is an unpleasant effect. This is not what you want. You do not want this silky, smooth, perfectly featureless effect achieved by scumbling, which is what I was just doing. So here's it's a two-step process. If you want to shift color in your painting, but you don't want to lose painterliness, here's what you do. You scumble first, just like I've done. Then you come back. What I've been doing off screen while I've been talking to you is mixing colors over here on my palette. After scumbling, then you come back you match the color, the new color. Does this make sense? So like this area, can you see me? Yeah. This area right here, for instance, let's say it used to be this color. It used to be tan, buff, beige, whatever. But now I've scumbled bluish green stuff on top of it. So this is the new color that I want, but it's an unpleasant effect. Got it? So what you do is after scumbling, then you need to take a few minutes to mix up a color that matches this color exactly, and then come in and paint like a real painter. In other words, with interesting marks, brushstrokes. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because this is the kind of thing, as I was doing it, I was thinking, wait a minute, a lot of people need to know about this. So I hope this will get out to some of you who need to see this. So if you want to shift color, but you don't want to end up with awful, I'm calling it awful. There's a place, if this is your style, you can ignore everything I'm saying. But for most of us, we want to be good painters. So that means we have texture and interesting marks. So what I'm doing now is mixing up slightly different colors of the same value. So I don't want anything starkly darker or lighter, just slightly different shades of what's already there. And coming in, and now you see I'm not going scrubby, brushy. Now I'm painting like a real painter. You put down a stroke and you leave it. Am I still on camera? Yeah, barely. Okay. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me say it again just to make sure you got it. If there's some part of your painting, and again, sorry, YouTube turned me off. Let me turn you back on. Okay, I don't know how much of that you missed. I hope you didn't miss too much. I'm demonstrating how to shift color without just getting all yucky smooth. So after scumbling on light color, then you come back with what I just called real paint. That is to say, paint with some body to it, some brush strokes, and you match what's there. So you have to do some color mixing to match what is already there, and you lay down some pleasant strokes. Now they're the right color. See, so I've shifted all of this area to the color that I want, but just a one-step process left me with this horrible blended brushy stuff. So after brushy, I come back and do some real painting. Got it? Hope that helps. Pass that on to somebody who needs it. Thanks for watching.